This weekend, two of the most iconic names in the UFC go head-to-head as Cowboy Cerrone welcomes back the notorious Conor McGregor to the octagon, and someone who knows a little more than most about the notorious opponent is Aussie light heavyweight Tyson Pedro.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, well, Tyson, I know you can't fight at the moment, but if you have to sit and watch a fight, this one's a hell of a fight to have to watch.
Yeah, very excited to see this fight, especially to see Conor back and fighting Cowboy. You know, it's going to be a crazy fight. Hopefully it's all stand-up. It'll be an exciting fight.
You've gone to his house, you've been at the BMF ranch training. How exactly does a guy from Western Sydney end up infiltrating Camp Cowboy?
That's a long story in itself, but try and keep it short. I always dreamed of going over to Jackson's as a kid, and when I was over there, I started training with another guy that I got close with, and he was like, come hang out with Cowboy. And so introduced me to him, we went out on the boat, and then the first day I met him, I crashed his car. He let us take the car back. It's like this 3-wheel mad vehicle. I don't know what it is. I've never even seen one before, so it's definitely expensive. And when a car just pulled out in front of us, went straight up the gutter and blew out the whole front end. So,
how do you handle that?
Well, I had to call him straight away. So, Cowboy, when you gave me the car, it had the whole front end. Okay, definitely was when it was with me. So, all right, yeah. I just told him my heart was out my chest because I didn't know how much it was going to cost me, but just fixed it, gave it back to him. And
well, since then, you guys have done shoeies at UFC 234 together, and he just seems like a pretty decent guy to sit down and have a beer with.
Oh, definitely. You know, when he opens up your doors to you, he's a gentleman. Crazy, but a gentleman. I think that's sort of why we get along. You know, he likes to pump people up to do stuff, and it doesn't take much twisting of an arm for me to do something stupid and add in a couple of beers, and he's got me doing backflips on stuff I shouldn't be doing backflips on.
What's he like when he's in the gym though? Does that transfer over, or do you see like a completely different side of Cowboy?
No, it's the same in that he doesn't stop. When you do a day with Cowboy, like it's almost like you need a rest for a while just to do another day with him, and he's the same in the gym. It's like non-stop work ethic. So we'll wake up 5, go for a swim. Next session we drive straight to strength and conditioning. Next is straight to sparring, and then we're on the river doing wakeboarding or doing downhill mountain biking. They almost killed me a few times. It's just relentless, and I guess that's his fighting style as well.
Yeah, definitely. You said that it was like some of the toughest weeks of your training life when you were out there at the ranch.
Well, when I first got there, they actually took me downhill mountain biking, and I don't do jumps or anything like that, and it was in Colorado, so it was altitude. My lungs were burnt. I thought I was going to die. I was lost, and then they just expect you to go straight to the next session straight after. Tough time, but it was fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a completely different world out there from what you imagine a training camp
on the ranch it's cool, but it's family. Like the signs, it's like built for fighters by fighters. So it's everything from the sauna in there. He's got like a 20-person sauna that they all sit in there and they're drumming and like making Indian noises and living in the cabins amongst each other, and they all cook in one kitchen. And how he lives life is the same way. It's not for TV.
All right, well, let's take a look at what everyone wants to hear about, which is the fight this weekend. Obviously, he is someone who will take on anyone, anytime, anywhere. Conor McGregor is a notorious trash talker. Do you think that brings out like the no-nonsense side of Cowboy that everyone wants to see?
I haven't really seen Conor talking as much smack. I don't know if it's coming off of the last loss or, you know, he's just focused more on fighting. Cowboy comes to fight no matter what. Even though he's had those couple of losses, he's been on a pretty good run like he has, and I think the relentless style is going to put it on Conor. So, especially that Conor's looking a lot bigger. I don't know how he's going to take those later rounds where Cowboy's just going to keep going. So.
Yeah, well, Cowboy is still the underdog, which for some people might be a little bit strange considering that he's fought more consistently in the last couple of years. He's also got the record for the most UFC finishes and the most UFC wins, but being the underdog, is that fuel?
Yeah, I think so. Like everything pumps him up. Doesn't matter what it is. If he's the underdog, if he's on top, he just comes to fight. He's a fighter, and I think I'm seeing a head kick knockout. So
interesting, because obviously he has a lot more in his artillery. He's got decision wins, submission wins, knockout wins. But you see it staying on the feet.
Yeah, I think Cowboy says he's going to try and keep it on the feet. I'm feeling he's going to stay up there.
Well, will there be shoeies all round if he can pull off a win this weekend?
Cowboy booties.
All right, well, you can catch that fight this weekend on Main Event pay-per-view, which you can order now on mainevent.com.au.